What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to give my full review for the OnePlus Watch 2. Now, I've had this watch now for a little over a week, and I really do like this watch. It's definitely a watch I'm going to be keeping. I've had other watches in the past where, they didn't impress me enough. I sent them back. But this watch here is a keeper. Now, my Galaxy Watch 4 Classic is still my number one smartwatch. This will be number two, and the Huawei GT3 will be number three. And the reason why that one's number three, currently I cannot use the software with this phone, the S23 Ultra, but I can use it with the Note 20 Ultra. I don't know why that is. I don't like that because that watch gives me 15 days of battery life with the always on display on at its highest brightness, and 30 days if I turn the always on display off. So the battery life on that watch is ridiculous. Okay. But I can't use it with my S23 Ultra. So it basically is non-usable as long as I'm using this phone. Now you're probably wondering why I got these two phones on the table. I'll let you know why as we go along in this review. I'm going to try not to make this review too long, but I got to get into the settings. That may take some time. It's a lot of settings and things going on with this watch that I want to explain to you. You all out there, so y'all understand what this watch can do and what you're getting if you decide to purchase it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the design. The design of this watch is not, it don't jump out at you or anything like that, but it's still a nice design. It's nice. It's hard for me to explain. It looks sleek. It looks like it's quality, and it is. Now, next thing we want to talk about the build, stainless steel casing. The build on this watch feels really nice. On your hand, it feels like quality, and it is a quality watch. Now, the back, of course, is plastic, but the whole casing is stainless steel, and it feels really good. It has a nice weight to it, and I like that. The display gets nice and bright, easily able to see this outdoors. Nice brightness on the display. Let's talk about the battery life. Battery life, I've gotten 3 days. Now, keep in mind, that's with the always on display on all the time. That's the way I use my watches. I wanted to be able to glance down at my arm and see the time at any time. I don't want to have to constantly keep twisting my arm just to see the time. That's annoying. I just want to be able to, my arm can be still. I just want to glance down at my arm, my wrist, and just see the time. So everybody, uses their watch different. Some people like having the watches be completely dark until they turn their wrists. I don't wear my watch like that. Watches are meant to be, for you to see the time at all times. At least that's just my opinion. Now, for those that, do that because they want to save the battery life, I understand it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't use my watches like that. So I was able to squeeze 3 days. Now, it was like, I think when I started to get to the very end of that third day, I got down to about 10%. And then when it gets under 10%, the always on display goes off. And that's when it's almost like worthless to me. Because like I said, I don't like constantly twisting my arm. But I did get 3 days. Now, I say maximum, I say 2 days, 2.5 days. But that's still more battery life than I'm getting on my Samsung Watch 2, Watch 4 Classic. Way more battery life. That watch is only good for me for a day, the way I use it. Now, if you use it, like I said, like this, and then you turn it, to raise the weight, then you might be able to get 2 days out of that. I don't know, but I don't rock my watches like that. Now, next thing, let's talk about watch faces. Now, let me explain real quick why I have. Now, let me say real quick, I did change the band. This is like a metallic band here. You just put this down like this, and it automatically, it's a magnet, just clicks right on. I like it because it's more flexible. The one that comes with it, it's nice quality, it's thick, heavy, but it's just stiff. It doesn't give me any leeway, and I don't like stiff, watch straps. So I had to change this watch strap out. All right, now the reason why I got the OnePlus 12 on the table is because, of course, You can, rock these two together. This is a very good combination. But because I'm always changing my secondary phones, because I have a lot more phones than these two on the table here, I've been using this phone now for like 2 months, barely swapping out with any other phone because I love the phone so much. But I wanted to start using my Vivo X Note. So I took the SIM out of this, put it in my Vivo X Note, and this is my main phone with my main number. This is my one of my secondary phones. I have another line too, but this is my main phone where I get all, handle all my business, pretty much everything. So I hooked up this watch to my S23 Ultra. There's no difference in experience between the two. That's why I wanted to put both of them on the table. There is no difference between using the OnePlus 12 with the OnePlus Watch 2 or the S23 Ultra. There is no difference. Now, I do know, now I don't know if this is still the case, but I know at one time when you use Samsung watches with other devices, it's like some of the features or things either don't work right or they're not available because you're not using a Samsung device. That's not the case with this watch. Everything I can do with this watch, this phone, I can do with this phone when it comes to the watch. Okay, so that's why I had both of these on the table. And when we go through the settings, I'm going to go through the settings on the S23 Ultra. But still some things I want to get to really quick with the watch itself. So when you swipe down, you get some more settings here. This one makes my phone ring. So if you needed to find your phone, you use that, make it ring, you can find your phone. Swipe down again. Let me see. Up here, you got the wallet. If you want to tap and use your Google Wallet, you could do that. I wish this thing had a back button, but it don't. That's kind of annoying. All right, this middle button here, turn on touch lock mode. You could do that if you want to do that. Airplane mode, that's self-explanatory. This is for your brightness. If you want to use auto brightness, you can. I don't use auto brightness. I'm rocking my brightness at max because that's just what I do. Let me see here. This button is your do not disturb. You can turn that on. The one next to it, turn on your sleep mode. You can do that. If you want to monitor your sleep, with this watch, because I sleep with my watch, so I can monitor my sleep. Let me see this one right here. Basically, turn the ringer on, turn the ringer off. I always have the ringer off. This one here is you could adjust the volume. This one over here, if you're going to use OnePlus earbuds, you can control it with the watch. Scroll up a little more. This one here is for your different different modes. You see modes here: Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, your general, connections, display brightness, sound vibration, controls, app notifications, location, battery, workout and health, and system updates and other. So that's what that is for. This one here is different modes. I got it in smart mode right now. You could click on power saver, or you could do auto power, which what happens is when this gets under 10%, it automatically goes into power saver mode to reserve your phone battery a little longer. And let me see, this one over here is just your battery. So you can see how long your battery should last according to them, your percentage. You scroll up, you can get more battery usage data if you want. Right now, since I'm even using 3 power intensive functions, always on display, accessing my breathing, when I'm sleeping. Another one's power draining function. I don't know what that one is, but then you can see what app is using the most battery. So you can do that too. All right. So basically, that's all the functions. When you swipe down, those are all the functions and settings that are available. When you hit this crown, now this crown does not turn like some other watches do. It doesn't do anything except you push it and it brings up your other apps. You can move it around like this, up, down, side to side, around. And if you say you wanted to, click on one, you could just hit it. Say I want to click on phone. I click on that, then it's going to bring up my favorites, my recents, all my contacts. So that's what this button does. It'll take you back to the home screen, but you press it once and it'll bring up your apps. Now, when you press and hold it, what's the weather?
Currently in Collingdale, it's 73 degrees and cloudy. Today, there will be isolated thunderstorms with a forecasted high of 76 and a low of 66.
So basically,
Tomorrow, it'll be mostly
oh,
sunny.
sorry. So basically, with that, you get your Google Assistant, which I like. Now, you got Google Assistant on my, my Galaxy phone, my Galaxy Watch too, which I like, as opposed to Bixby. All right. So basically, that's what the this button does. So with this button here, you push this, and it takes you to all your workouts. So you got outdoor run, track run, indoor run, fat burn run, outdoor walk, indoor walk, outdoor cycling, jump rope, badminton, tennis, mountain biking, uh, pool swim, elliptical, rowing machine, outdoor. It's just so many. Then you can add more if you want. So that's what this other button is for. It's for your workouts. Now, I wish it was a back button like it does on my Galaxy, but it's not a back button. You have to basically press this button here to go back to your home screen. So these activate, press and hold for your Google Assistant, press once for your apps, press this one to, go into your workouts. Now, when you swipe up, this is when you get your notifications. I don't know if y'all heard Bill Walton died today, 71 years old. Pretty sad. And you just push up for all your notifications. If you need to hit it, just click it and just read whatever it is, or you can open it on your phone. Swipe that and just go continue reading your other ones. Now, you can see these, but they're not, to me, the ones on the Galaxy, the text is so much larger. Let me show you real quick. That's why I got this Galaxy Watch here. All right, so let me now see how much bigger that is. Can you see it? Look how much bigger it is. And this background is all dark. Now, maybe if they didn't have this blue background, it'd be better. But this whole background is completely dark. But the text is still bigger. It's just bigger and a little easier to read. So I like that. Now, I can see it on here, but if the whole background was completely black, it would be better. But it's not. But if you just want to swipe away a notification, all you do is swipe to the right or swipe to the left. Either way to get rid of them. Or you can just go down and say clear all and clear them all out. Okay, you have that option. All right, so now swiping to the left or to the right, you get your widgets. So I got this widget here for my steps, my calorie burn. These other things are, dealing with steps as well. Swipe to the right, you see your weather. Then when you hit that, you scroll up, you can see what the weather's going to be like every hour. Then you can go to all the different days when you can see the weather. Then they give you more information here. Feel what the weather actually feels like, the wind speed, humidity, UV, visibility, air pressure, sunrise, sunset. So you get a lot of information when it comes to the weather. And you press this little thing here just to update it if you want to update it. So that's cool that you can get that much information, when it comes to the weather. So I'm going to swipe to the right again. Of course, I can view my battery. Swipe again. It's for my sleep mode. I can monitor how I slept. Swipe again. These are my contacts. So if I wanted to hit one, this is the number for my credit union. So I like that. Just swipe back to go back. Let me see. This is actually, I forgot, Spotify, but it's for podcasts. So Now this one is for your workouts. If you want to press one of these to do a workout, you just hit it and just press start. So that's cool. So whether it's walking, running, or tennis, if you want to bring up more different exercises, remember it brings up all those other workouts that I told you about, showed you about earlier. Swipe again. This will bring up, things in your calendar. Today's Memorial Day, so that will pop up. You still add this along, even though you don't have to do this. Google Assistant, I got that in there. Your heart rate, you can monitor your heart rate, of course. With this, you can touch it. It'll let you. It'll start monitoring your heart right at the moment, and the heart starts to move, which is kind of cool. Swipe again, you can monitor your stress level. Swipe again, you got YouTube Music. If you got YouTube Music, you can do that. So basically, those are all the functions of the watch itself. Now let's get into the actual settings with the app. I'll try to do this quickly. All right, so let me find it. Here we go. Okay, so it's called O Health. So that's what you want to download, in order to get this O Health. So you start at the top where you can see share data with Google Fit. You can do that if you want to. See here, the next thing is called daily activity. You can see your steps. Let me turn the brightness down a little bit because I know it might just be too bright for the screen. Sorry about that. I always keep my phone on super high bright. I'm using extra brightness. That's why it's so bright like that. All right, let's try this again. Maybe it'll be a little easier to see everything. Yeah, that's better. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So let me go. Hold up. I lost my place here. All right, so go back to home. All right, so as you can see, daily activity. This is how many steps I've done so far today. Tracks your workout, calories I burned, activity, heart rate, sleep, stress. Now this is going to give you more information as opposed to the watch because it's the app. This one is your oxygen level, workout records, and relaxation data, which I'm not sure what that does because I haven't activated that. I gotta do a little more research on that one. But you can actually click on this, open this up, and you see your steps, your activity calories, your workout. You just open it up if you want more information, basically. With your heart rate, you can open that up. It'll tell you what your heart rate has been for the day, the week, the month, and the year. And you could just keep scrolling down to get more information about your heart. Sleep data is the same thing. My score was 77 last night. This is how I slept. You scroll up, it'll show you how long you've been in deep sleep, which is right there. Deep sleep, hour and 23 minutes, 22%. Light sleep, 3 hours and 57 minutes, 59%. REM sleep, an hour and 12 minutes, 19%. And how long I was awake. And of course, you could turn all this stuff on. If you want even more details, you can do that as well. But I like the sleep app because I like to track to see how well I slept. Of course, the stress thing too, it monitors your stress level so you can see if you're highly stressed or you're pretty normal. My stress level, I try to keep it as low as possible because it's not healthy to be super stressed out. It's just not. So this will let you know what your stress level is. Your workout records, like I said, is right here too. You can get a summary by pressing this. This lets me know that I, been moving around for an hour and 4 minutes. So that's what I set it for. So I completed my workout for the day. Stuff like that. So that's cool. Let me go back. The freestyle workout, you get even a little more information here. It's very detailed. You just keep scrolling up. I do like this app because, so many things are so detailed. And I like that. And the relaxation thing, I don't know. That don't seem to be active, so I'm not sure what that actually does. All right. So this is basically what you're going to see when you first open up this app, And it's basically the same thing on a watch, but you get a lot more information. So down here, you can hit this thing says fitness. So it's basically the same thing you're going to see again. So if you want to set yourself up for a workout, you can do that. See up here, it says run, walk, badminton. Of course, you could add more and you could just start your workout right from this thing. You know, the dates that you worked out, it'll put that on here. It's very detailed. I like that. Your duration, your calories, how many sessions you worked out. You know, all this stuff is very detailed. So basically, you know, that's the fitness section of the watch. Now, when you go to devices, now you got these, you know, your watch faces and some more information. Now, before I get into the watch faces, let me deal with all these other things. So you have the app market right here. So it'll take you right into, you know, downloading more apps if you want to. Tiles is basically widgets that you can add, you know, to your, excuse me, that you can add to your watch. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So you can add as many as 12. Okay. Now I didn't add Google Maps or timer, but you can add Google Maps too. The Google Maps on here actually works. It's cool, but I don't actually need it on my watch. If I do, I can always just add it if I want to. So but these are all the apps that I mean the widgets that I added. Okay. Let me see notifications. Now, this is very comprehensive, so I'm not going to read through all of this stuff. But basically, you can set your notifications where you could allow notifications for all new apps and all your apps in general. See, when you say manage app notifications, you see I got everything turned on, every app. So I'll get notifications from every app. Now, it doesn't have actually every app that I have because some apps are not on here, you know, which kind of surprises me. Um, yeah, some apps are not on here, but the majority of them on here. Like I get my YouTube and my email at, you know, notifications, and those are the probably two things that are most important to me because I'm a content creator, so I need to keep up with what's going on YouTube, of course. But it's a lot of different things. You just got to read through all of this stuff. Let me go dip back. Let me see something I missed. Oh, I got to scroll up. So you got workout and health. I don't need to go through that again, but you can set your step goals, your calorie burning goals, your work time goal, your activity session goals, your get up reminders, you know, to basically say you've been sitting too long, so get up, start moving around. Daily activity notifications, your heart rate monitoring, rest heart rate alerts, workout heart rate alerts, stress monitoring, relaxation reminders. So it's just a whole bunch of stuff in here just to read through and to see if you want to turn it on or turn it off. It's just up to you. But you know, it's pretty detailed. And then when you press more, you get a little more information. You got your app protection, sync calendar events, weather, display and brightness, general, accessibility, Google, remote connection, take screenshot, and about device. So you go into display, you can see I got raised awake on. Excuse me. Auto screen off. I got my screen to go off in 60 seconds, which is going to drain more battery, but that's fine. It's not a problem. Always on display. I got that on all the time. You can schedule to have your always on display to turn off. Okay, so you can have it where it turns off. I don't, you know, when I go to sleep, it'll automatically, after I'm, you know, sleep, the screen will automatically turn off. So that's not something I need to turn on. But if you want to save battery, that's something you could do. Here, your text size, so you can make your text big or small, you know, the largest or the smallest possible. Of course, I'm going to make it super large because I want to be able to see it. You know, I don't want to have to wear glasses just to see the my notifications. So basically, and in general, it's not much there. Just show notification dots or auto launch media controls. Now, I don't need my media controls to be launched. I got that turned off, but you could turn that on, of course. And of course, with Google, you got your Google account, Google Assistant, Google privacy options, Google Wallet. All this stuff is pretty much not a big deal, honestly. But you know, you can look through all of this stuff at your leisure. Now let's go to the watch faces. Now let me say this to y'all. Y'all gonna like this. You're gonna definitely like this. Check this out now. You have 97 free watch faces available to you right off this app. I'll say it again. You have 97 free watch faces that are going to be available to you on this app. So that's awesome. Now, they got them listed here, in different sections. You got your classic watch faces. You got your utility watch faces. You got your photo watch faces, which is just one. You just put different photos on. I'll show you that real quick. See all these different photos? I got a photo of me and my mom, me and my wife, me and my grandmother, my whole family, my brothers, me and me again, and me, my brother, and my dad. So you could put those, you could set that up. And basically every time you tap the watch, the screen, it's going to change the picture. So you could change the picture every time you touch the watch if you choose to do that. You don't have to. You could just touch, the top button to light the screen on. But basically you're going to be able to see the time and then your picture. And then the picture's going to fade out if you're using always on display. The picture's going to fade, but it's not going to fade where you can't see it. You'll still be able to see the picture, but it's just going to be a little faded. Let me just show you real quick. I'm gonna set the watch face for it. Let me show you what I mean. So I got it on here for me and my wife. So when I touch it, it automatically changes. See, every time you touch it, it changes. Every time you touch it, it changes. And I like that. See, but you can still see the time. And then after, like I said, I got it set for after a minute. It'll fade, but then you'll still be able to see the picture. So I like that. All right, let's come out of that. So you got the photos, you got workout watch faces, you got live watch faces, you got metal watch faces, big numbers watch faces, digital watch faces, style, fun. And then you basically right here, you get to see all the watch faces. And it's a lot of them, see? 97 free watch faces. These are all of them all grouped together all at one time. So you could either go through it in sections or you could just go through all of them and just pick. I guarantee you, there's gonna be some watch faces out of all of these that you're gonna like. You're gonna like a bunch of them because they're very, very nice. I don't like them all, but I like a lot of them. I really do. There's a lot of here to like. Okay. So once you press on one, now let me show you something real quick. Let me go back to my watch faces. So say if I want to use this first one up here called Gravity, that's like the one that comes set up on the phone already. So you press that and it says down here to set as watch face. So you just click on that. Now what you can do, you can customize it. You press customize. Then it gives you all of these choices. You could change the color setting. Then you got compilation 1. You could change what goes in there. Compilation 2, change what goes over there. And compilation 3, what goes on down there. And then you hit done. But I already got it set up, so I'm just going to press done. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me show you all the options you get from that. My fault. So if I go to compilation 1, you see here battery, your app shortcuts, recent, we got recent tasks, date and month, time and date, day and date, day of the week, notification, steps, active calories, heart rate, stress, temperature, UV, humidity, sunrise, sunset, wind, weather, alarm, timer, stopwatch, world clock, outdoor run, indoor run, outdoor walk, jumping rope, outdoor ski, snowboard, tennis, badminton, outdoor cycling, pool, swim, freestyle workout, and media controls. So all of these options, you get to change in these three sections here with the watch face. So that's cool. So you can basically customize every single watch face to your liking. And that's a good thing. So you're getting a ton of watch faces. Now, if that's not enough, of course, you scroll all the way down and you go to get more watch faces. You go in here. Now you're going to have to start paying for the watch faces. Not all of them. There'll still be some that are actually free here too. But the majority of them you're going to have to pay for. So keep that in mind. But I honestly, with 97 available to you, there shouldn't be any reason for you not. It shouldn't be any reason for you to buy any because there's plenty in here to choose from. And they're all really, really nice. So that's basically it, y'all. I mean, I like the app. The app is really nice. It's very detailed. The watch is premium. The battery life is not the best. Like I said, the Huawei watch got the best battery life I ever used on a smartwatch, hands down. But I can get 3 days. Now 2 days solid. I say 2.5 days solid, no problem. Oh, and I forgot to mention that it has 7 watt charging. It has, the charger uses these pins and it clicks in, so it doesn't have wireless charging. But this thing charges literally from 1%. This thing charged, fully charged in 52 minutes. I'll say it again, 52 minutes from 1% to 100%. 52 minutes. Do you know how long it takes to charge my Galaxy? Almost 2 hours. So I don't know what it is about Samsung and their battery life issues, but that's trifling. This thing charges in less than an hour. This takes almost 2 hours. Now, like I said, I love the rotating bezel. I love it. I love how big the text is. And I love this phone. Don't get me wrong. I really do. I kind of like the way they use Wear OS, because both are using Wear OS, but I like the way Samsung use it a little bit different. But this is still a beast. Like I said, if battery life is the most important thing and you don't want to be charging your phone, charging your watch every single day, this is the one you may want to consider. And like I said, it doesn't matter what Android device you use, it's going to work fine. It's going to work fine. But at the end of the day, I would probably choose the Samsung. That's my number one, only because I like that rotating bezel. I don't have to touch the screen if I don't want to. And the rotating bezel, and the font size for me to see all my notifications just so much larger and it's so much easier to read. But other than that, I would definitely, go with the OnePlus Watch 2. But basically, I'll be using both of these watches back and forth. So I'll use this for a week, and then I'll use my OnePlus Watch 2 for a whole week. So I'm gonna just go back and forth because I love both of them. So that's it, y'all. It's definitely a keeper. You can get it for $250 on Amazon if you're interested. If you want to wait till it get down to 200, I say wait until maybe the end of the year, maybe to get down to 199, and then go get it. Either way, it's definitely worth the money. Now, paying 300 for it, no. 250 is that's doable. But honestly, I say wait till it get down to 200, then I'll get it. Now, it probably won't get down to less than that probably till next year, like maybe 175, 150, maybe, depending on how well it's selling. But 200 is good. 250 wasn't bad, but 200 is even better. So if you're interested, I say watch, just wait. But I will say this. It's an excellent watch. It really is. I love it. I believe you'll love it too. You could change, the watch bands at your leisure. You know, it's a great watch. It really is. I like it. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there is staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.